What if becoming queen meant destroying the only people who truly understand you? That is the brutal setup behind Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake, and honestly, this book pulled me in way more emotionally than I expected. I went into this thinking I was getting a dark fantasy competition story, but what I actually got was a tense, emotional fight for survival filled with loneliness, manipulation, betrayal, and sisters trapped in a system none of them asked for. The story follows three triplet sisters on the island of Fenburn. Each one has a different magical gift, and when they turn 16, they are forced to compete for the crown. Only one queen survives. Right away, the concept gave me this twisted Hunger Games quarter quell mixed with a deadly family feud feeling, and I loved how dark and uncomfortable the atmosphere became. Question of the day. If you had to pick one fantasy trope you never get tired of, would it be deadly competitions, political drama, or magical kingdoms? For me, political fantasy with emotional tension always wins because it makes every choice feel dangerous. What really worked for me here was the emotional conflict between the sisters. None of these girls truly feel free. They are isolated from childhood, manipulated by the people around them, and constantly pushed toward violence. Even when they are surrounded by others, they still feel completely alone. That emotional isolation honestly became more powerful to me than the actual battle for the crown. Katharine completely surprised me. I did not expect her storyline to hit as hard as it did, but by the end, I was absolutely Team Katharine. She showed strength in ways I never expected, and I loved seeing how layered her character became. Arsino and Mirabella were also interesting because you really get to understand their fears, weaknesses, and desires. But Catherine's journey stayed with me the most emotionally. And Joseph? No, absolutely not on my good side after that ending. I was frustrated with him, and the final chapters honestly left me questioning everyone's motives. The ending also made me wonder if their mother intentionally created this entire mess in a way that feels cruel and calculated. The political tension in this book is intense. Alliances are constantly shifting, manipulation is everywhere, and every relationship feels dangerous. I also liked how the romances added emotional weight instead of distracting from the main story. Every sister wants acceptance, love, and freedom, but survival forces them to bury those feelings. Now, I will say this is not a super fast-paced fantasy. Some readers may struggle with the slower setup and heavy political focus early on. The story takes time building the world, relationships, and motivations before everything fully comes together. Personally, I think the slower build-up made the emotional payoff stronger. This book is perfect for readers who enjoy dark young adult fantasy, sister rivalry, morally complicated characters, political games, and emotionally driven stories. If you love fantasy that focuses on survival emotionally as much as physically, I think this series will absolutely work for you. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, and I am fully on board for the chaos ahead, because that ending left me needing answers immediately. If you enjoyed this review, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Hello Book Lovers for more fantasy and book discussions every week.